Hi guys! Today I'm going to be doing part 2 of re-reacting to the whole Sanderside series. And if you didn't see the first part, basically I'm a Fander who is re-reacting to the whole Sandersides. Because recently Thomas has been teasing a new episode. He said I think he's still editing, but I believe he is very close to being finished. So, so I will react to that episode when it comes out. But then like my whole thing's gonna be like out of sequence of like the whole series, so just ignore that. But you'll get my first reaction to the new episode once it drops. But for now, we are going to be starting on the second Sandersides episode called Way Too Adult. It is only 4 minutes long, which is crazy short. These old videos were just crazy short back in the day, which is awesome. So let's just go ahead and start.
Hi, my name's Thomas Sanders, and
Oh no, I can't hear.
yes, I have worn this shirt for the 15 millionth time. Let's move on! What is up, everybody? So like many other people in America, I'm getting ready for that magnificent Thursday that comes around every year where we gather around the table with our family, avoid conversation pertaining to politics and my lack of a significant other, and gorge ourselves on more food than we would ever naturally eat any other day of the year. That was one breath. Thanksgiving! Thanksgiving is what I was referring to. I don't know if
This is surprisingly very well timed. It just so happens that this is recorded after Thanksgiving, so it's really funny. But now it's time for the holidays, my favorite time of the year. But it also means we're close to the Sandersides Christmas episodes, which are my personal favorites. Those are going to be great to analyze later.
many of you were confused. This year, however, will be just a bit different. I shall be the only one of the 4 brothers there. So naturally, my dad has asked me to help cook the meal. Here's the thing though, I still don't really know how to cook. What?
9 years later, I think Thomas still doesn't. I think well, no, I think he still like talks about. I think he's talked about cooking, but I think there's still jokes Thomas makes where he just doesn't know how to cook. But to be fair, a lot of us don't. I love cooking, so I can't relate. But it's very funny seeing just like how Thomas has grown, and he has grown so much. But one thing that stayed consistent is that he doesn't really cook that much. It reminds me a lot of Dan and Phil. Like they make fun of the fact that they don't cook that much, and they still don't. But he's grown a lot. He does talk about trying new recipes and stuff, and I think that's really fun. I love to cook, as I said, so I can't really relate.
Okay, I've had enough of this. My dad character, what are you doing here? I had you here last time to help represent my moral side. Well, then just think of me as your sense of morality really firing back at you with a vengeance today. Do you know how often you say you can't cook? Lots of times. Do you know how often you try to learn how to cook? 0 times. Not true. There was that one time a few months ago when, you're right, it's already a bad sign that I have to go back that far. Being able to cook yourself a meal is an essential part to living as an adult. Ah, why you gotta say that word? What, adult? I have that music set up specifically for this. Oh, come on, I'm an adult, I'm a dad, it's
I find this really funny because as someone who was kind of afraid of growing up a little bit, I, the one thing that I was actually excited for was to being able to cook like full meals. That's something that I was very, very excited for. So seeing people like be scared of it is really interesting because I love cooking, I love baking, I love cooking, I like making full meals. So I really can't relate to this like fear of learning how to cook because I just love the process and eating the final result.
not that scary. Your face is scary. You realize we have the same face. Yeah, I messed up. This is not my day today. Okay, well, let's calm down. Why don't we go through a list of what you can do yourself? Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, I can manage that. Can you change the oil in your car? I don't think so. Okay, can you do taxes? Absolutely I cannot. Can you handle disposing bugs, spiders, or other creatures you may find in your house? Come on. Yeah, that's
It's funny hearing Patton say this. Out of all the characters, Patton says this. This was, for context, Patton later in the series, just has the worst fear of spiders. Like, it's horrendously bad how scared of spiders he is. So hearing Patton say, "Do you know how to get rid of bugs in your house?" As if he knows how to get rid of bugs in his house, other than calling for Roman, who's probably gonna bring out his sword. So it's really funny.
No. Ugh, this is so bad. I am literally failing at the process of becoming an adult, which we all know is referred to as adultery. No, that is not a correct statement. Nope. I thought that was a thing. It's a thing. It's just a different thing. Okay. Well, you know. Like, really, though, how am I this bad at taking care of myself? I treat the stove in my kitchen like a friend that I've been neglecting. Moms. Hey, Thomas. Hey, man. How you been? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm doing very well. Have any food to cook? Nah. Even just good old ramen or something? You know, I'm not really feeling hungry at the moment, so. True. Yeah. So. Who you calling? Oh, no one. Just, you know, my mom. She asked me to call her, so. Totally. Sounds lit. Yeah. You know, unlike me, because I'm an unlit stove. Have been for some time now. Okay, well, I'm gonna go. Cool. Yeah. Good seeing you again. See you later. Right. Yeah. Catch up with you later. Yeah. See you later. Yeah, good seeing you. See you later. Yes, I'd like a large cheese, please. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I like how these bits in like the earlier episodes. I'm gonna drink some water. I like how these bits in like the older episodes kind of shows like the Vine humor, like cutaway gags. it's it's kind of Family Guy in that aspect where like he has like cutaway scenes to make a joke. With current Sanders sides, there isn't really a lot of those. I don't think at all. Where like they cut away to a like almost completely unrelated scene from like the current narrative. So it's really interesting seeing that be more present in the beginning because it was very much like Vine humor in a way.
I know! Well, it's all in baby steps, like everything you've learned in life. Like what? Well, you wash your own laundry, don't you? Yeah. You've learned how to eat better and exercise. I still eat a ton of pizza, but yeah. And when dealing with other people, you know when to stand up for what's right and when to turn the other cheek. I showed them my butt, not what I meant, and you probably
That's Remus. That's Remus.
should stop showing people your, well, one problem at a time. The point is, you didn't always know to do those things, and they came about because you took the time to learn. You're right. Learn from your parents, and hopefully they will also take the time to learn from you and what you know. How to turn on the computer so my mom can play solitaire. Right. I hope you all learn new ways of becoming independent, and becoming an adult shouldn't mean losing the sense of who you are. Of course not. You can still be a kid at heart, just learn about the world around you, as well as skills that will help you and others. And learning to become an adult is not a race, so no pressure in figuring it all out. That's right, but you, Thomas, you should learn how to cook. Got it. And remember, you're a real pizza work. Because you like pizza? Got it, yeah. Ta-ta! I wish you the best of luck in your adultery. That's not okay. Well, as I go and attempt to learn something new, I hope that you all have the opportunity to do the same. And until next time, take it easy, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out! Hey. Hey. So, I was thinking. Yeah? Thanksgiving is coming up, and I wondered if maybe... Yeah? We can rekindle our friendship? Aw, let's start with you rekindling a fire on this stove, buddy. You got it. That's a plastic plate. Oh, you know you can't put that on me, right? Oh, yeah, sure. I knew. I'm scared. Me too. Hey, I'm Thomas, and
That video is so funny. That was so short though. I expected a lot more for a second, even though it's like so old. I knew it was only 4 minutes, but for some reason my brain was telling me that there was more to that episode. Of like bringing up different ways of growing up, but I think that's later on. I think that's a different episode I was thinking of. It's so short because there could have been like a whole narrative with that. Um, with like a lot of different stuff, but obviously since this was before the videos started getting way longer and more story driven, that's why it was like that, which is very funny. Um what am I thinking of? I love how Patton. That's what I was thinking of. I love how Patton is the one to bring up family all the time. It's a very consistent thing he brings up of reaching out to your parents, to your siblings, to your friends. He's always the one who brings up reaching out to others for support because he is the type of person to reach out or wants others to reach out to him for support. Even though later in the series, it's actually a huge part of his storyline that he struggles to reach out because he wants to be the support for others. And I think that's a really interesting part of his character. But that was it. That was it. 4 minutes. Oh my gosh, that's crazy considering like how long was, yeah, like an hour. They almost get like up all the way up to an hour is like the longest one. So that's really funny. But that's it. That is like the whole video. These videos are gonna be so short up until we get to what what episode did it start getting to when they started like making it really longer, more narrative? I think it's No More Anxiety. I think that one, like, well, accepting anxiety, is when they started focusing on the narrative. So it's gonna be a good few reactions until we get there. But I'm really excited because that's where the more analyzing part is gonna come in, and that's when it shifts from short skits with little messages to full on narratives with the sides. And we're gonna start focusing on their backstories and the dark sides. I'm very excited. I'm very excited because the next episode is Virgil. I'm very excited. But thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye.